Hello, beloveds. You know, I sent out that video recently about the commitment that I wanted you to make this year around what we call first journey marketing to new people. And that brought up a lot of emotions for people. A lot of people were like, yeah, I'm all in. And other people were like, ah. And it got me thinking about discipline and about doing the hard things in business and how different discipline should look depending on, okay, I've got the sun behind me. That's terrible for video. Why don't I walk down here? I'll walk over here find a way down. Yay. I love the woods so much in winter. But what discipline should look like. And it often doesn't look anything like what capitalism says it should look like, because F capitalism. I've really been very angry about capitalism for a long time. And more recently at the artificial ways that it creates scarcity and pain and suffering and struggle in people. But to get back to the topic at hand, this discipline, I want to say that discipline does not mean just forcing yourself to do crappy things. I think that's what it gets interpreted as a lot. I think discipline has a couple different components to it. I think, first of all, there's a discipline that has us taking the time to identify what's really important to us and what's not important, and being able to choose. I think that's a piece of discipline. Like recognizing that, oh yeah, first journey marketing is really important. I do need to reach new people. Or, you know, whatever Mark said, I know my business and he doesn't know my business, and actually I need something different. But getting clear on what that is. So that's a piece of discipline. Another piece of discipline, I think, is knowing yourself well enough to know what really works for you. Years ago, when the kids were little, and but they were becoming very mobile, and I couldn't keep up with them, and I'm like, I need to be stronger. I need to start working out. I'm not just naturally strong anymore, because at the time I was in my mid-40s. Now I'm in my mid-50s, even more so. And but I knew that if I just joined a gym, I wasn't going to go. I wouldn't go. But I know myself, excuse me, I clamber over some trees and rocks. This is probably terrible video quality, shaking you all over the place. Sorry about that. So I joined a class. I joined a gym that had classes at times that worked in my schedule. And I showed up really consistently for those classes because other people were involved. I needed support. I needed people around me. I needed the social element. And there's no shame in that. That's perfectly normal. It's partly why we have our learning community, because a lot of people don't need solitude. They need some sense that other people are around doing the same thing. And so that's another piece of discipline, knowing what you need. I think a third part of discipline is when you have the consciousness to notice that you're doing something or trying to do something or avoiding doing something in a way that is not healthy for you, that does not work with who you are and what happens. Like if I was trying to go to the gym on my own and I just kept not doing it, is to stop. The discipline to stop trying to do something that doesn't work. And then to choose to find the structure and the support to follow through with the way that would be enjoyable, that would work for you, even if it's a hard thing. The gym felt terrible sometimes. I think anybody who works out knows, sometimes like who wants to get up early and or whenever it is and do the thing. But it felt great. And it was a really positive aspect of my life at that time. And so I want to encourage you to think of discipline as involving those three pieces, not just doing something hard and forcing yourself to do it, but instead the discipline to choose to know what you really need as opposed to what somebody else tells you you need. The discipline to understand yourself well enough to know what works with your personality and your being, which might be different than it was a few years ago. And the discipline to stop trying to do it in a way that's not healthy for you and instead find the environment and the support that will help you follow through with something that you know is important. So I hope this is helpful. I hope the camera wasn't too shaky. And just know that in this terribly dysfunctional business and economic culture that we're in, that I love all of us. And I have great faith in us. All right. Peace.